Okay.
So it's very important, and one has, as per my understanding and experience, either people are agree with Atman or not, but I do agree with that because that's per my experience, not intellectual. So one has to practice Kriya Yoga as per the guidance of the gurus, also the initiated by the gurus. Yoga asanas are different things, but Kriyas is going to really activate different dimensions of the subtle consciousness. Sometimes it's very difficult ourselves to manage the subtle aspect of the consciousness. So therefore, the Kriya Yoga has to be initiated by the gurus. Am I clear that? As I say that very beginning, Kriya Yogas are extracted from Tantra. One should not practice Tantra without initiated by the gurus. It's very strict rules. Very strict rules. Even today, of course, a lot of things are already in the supermarket. But the question mark is how many people are success on the path of spirituality or path of yoga or path of tantra? How many people? Very handful. Handful. You never even see them. So therefore, positive aspect of all kind of yoga you practice is good for stress management, hand to mouth. And you always think about your mundane life, nothing else. You see that today? Many people practice yoga or tantra or spirituality, nothing. Renunciation is zero now. The renunciation part is zero. Right? You don't want to give up anything. Rather, you want to accumulate so many things. You want receiving everything, but nothing giving. That's the sad part of the spirituality. Spirituality all about renunciations, about to give up. Am I clear that? So Tantra is all about to understand this. So Tantra is all about to initiations also. But everything we practice today, but there is no proper guidance or blessings or grace of the masters. So grace means, blessings means you get the grace of the DNA, that you have to be clear. Grace is not something subtle. Sorry, it's not something gross. Like blessings, like grace is the energy, is a willpower. You get from the ancient spirits, ancient masters. For example, some masters have gone 1,000 years before. When you give initiation, you receive the blessings. That blessings very come subtle level, astral level, and causal level to you when you practice the kriyas. But today you forget that. So therefore, I try to explain you here how Kriya Yoga is very important. One has to take initiations before practice because it's the part of Tantra. And without initiation of Tantra, one should not practice at all any aspect of Tantra. Even you practice, for example, I give one simple example. Like Om, Klim, Kalikanam, for example. Om, Hrim, Namashva. Hrim is the Bij mantra. This Hrim have a tremendous power, tremendous powers. If you're not initiated by gurus, you chant this mantra, you can be misguided by yourself. You can, chanting this mantra, you can harmful to yourself also. It's a Bij mantra, like seed, like atomic energy. Like atomic energy, like the small bomb you give to the small child, what do you do? You blast the whole house. Like the people doing now, whole world now. President of the chief of the president of the countries, what do? They put bomb everywhere in the world. What the results are there? Only killing the people, killing the destroying all the material things, right? Similarly, the Hri mantra or the Bij mantra of the Tantra is like a bomb, atomic energy, atomic bomb. If you misuse atomic bomb power, so naturally what will happen? You're going to harmful yourself. But if you use that energy properly, guided by then it can be helpful to you or helpful to others. I'm not speaking atomic bomb. If you guided by someone or putting somewhere does mean not harmful. I'm not speaking that. I'm speaking about atomic energy. It should not be create the bomb. It has to use for a material gain, right? You can get electricity, you can run the machines, you can get the, for example, water through this energy, atomic energy, nuclear energy, but not create the bomb. I'm against of the bomb, right? end of the day, the result of bomb what? You kill to someone, that's all. So our philosophy is simply have non-violence, not to create any kind of violence. Is the basic philosophy of the yoga, basic philosophy of the tantra, basic philosophy of the spirituality, right? So you're supposed not to think about to create the bomb, but rather use the nuclear energy for the benefit of the humanity, benefit of the society. Rather, what you do, you create the bomb, killing the whole humanity, human cultures, right? The civilizations. Similarly, the Biz mantra of the any kind of tantric practice, you have to get the guidance of the gurus or initiated by the gurus. Similarly, even you practice Kriya Yoga, for example, sometimes you do now, for example, you close the 9 doors, like Jyoti Mudra, or like for example, you call Jyoti Mudra, or sometimes you call Sadmukhi, or and you close generally 9 doors of the body. It's very important mudras in Kriya Yoga. It tremendous benefits, but you must know that how to use that. But when living in a mundane life, and you must also know how to channelizing that energy. That is very important. So that can be harmful. So therefore, you always to have some kind of a grace or blessings. And you don't know how that grace is works, but naturally it works. We don't know sometimes, but it works. It's like a prana, right? It is a prana, it is a blessing. So when you get initiation, naturally, you are guided by the so many gurus, not one guru, so many gurus, in subtle way, in astral way, in causal way. Am I clear that? But at the end of the day, who is the guru? Lord Shiva is the guru. But as per the tantric science, so woman is the first guru who initiate to the man. That must be clear today. Not man initiate to the woman, but woman initiate to the man, and therefore, you have to be very clear that in tantric traditions. But of course, in ascetic traditions, generally man always initiate to the woman. But tantric tradition always women initiate to the man. But somehow, all kind of spiritual science or yogic science, tantric science, Vedic science is revealed by Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, generally, if you are good enough, your good karma, so you can have his darshan and his visions. So you can direct talk with him, Lord Shiva. But that is up to you. But somehow, so Kriya Yoga originally and it extract from the science of Tantra. So that you have to be very clear, and Kriya Yoga has to be practiced under guidance of Guru and initiated by the Guru as well. But there is many kind of Kriyas also, not only whatever available 19 Kriyas in our Kundalini Tantra book, or in Babaji they have also 5 Kriyas, and many other Gurus also teaching many Kriyas. But that is most advanced Kriyas when you practice in Tantra actually. And you can practice even sitting on the dead body and with the mantras. For example, you got Tantric mantras, and you can sit down in the cremation place on the dead body. But of course, in European countries or many civilized countries, there is no cremation place anymore. So you have electricity, right? They put the urn and body is cremated. So this kind of tantric sadhana is not available in Western world because there are no cremation place. So in India is available because we cremated the physical body side of river or the forest with the wood. So such kind of sadhana only can be done in India. I don't think so. The Sava sadhana means Sava means dead body. So that is also part of Kriyas. That called Aghori Kriyas. And most of the dangerous Kriyas. Most dangerous. Common yogis cannot sit down on the dead body. You have to sit down on the a sadhaka. A practitioner has to sit down on the dead body. And it has to be midnight. It has to be dark night, Amavasya. We call Amavasya dark night. Of course, this kind of place is not available for you as in America or Europe, only available in India, certain places. So therefore, that kind of sadhana, a guru taught, and guru has to also initiate to disciple. Go and do Sabha sadhana on the dead body. And only chanting these mantras, a tremendous power. Tremendous power. So tremendous power. Anyone, their question come there. Anyone sitting on the dead body? Very good question. So we have to think about it as we did it. But anyway, the question mark is very simple. When sitting on the dead body, naturally what happens is not for common students or common yogis or out of ego. You have to be very blessed by the gurus. Or you have to be very blessed by the Mother Kali, but also you need that blessings of the guru. There are some gurus also, they used to practice this kind of sadhana on in the cremation place on the dead body. But as per my understanding and experience, one has to get the initiation by gurus, otherwise we can't do that. But somehow there is a lot of fear comes. It can be heart attack there, because sometimes we feel because of mantras, because of our karmas, when do we sometimes feel the body is moving, bodies can shaking. Sometimes body maybe get up. You because maybe it's not the dead body get up, but you feel yourself. You feel yourself, and sometimes you're thinking and sit down side of the near fire of the dead body. Sometimes you think dead body sitting in the middle of fire. They're calling you, come inside. So such kind of and experience and happens. So anyhow, so I'm not going to that so much the details now. So I'm not going to putting any my personal experience about that also. And this is not also platform about this. So this is a platform about to have intellectual discussions, not about the initiation. So I'm just speaking some kind of briefly. So, and when sitting on the dead body, that has to be practiced on Amavasya, dark night. And when sitting on the dead body, it has with selective dead bodies also. But here books are not available. Which kind of dead body have to sit down on that? So Guru can explain you what kind of dead body has to be there, and how to sit down, and how to face it, which asana sit down. So a lot of things, instructions are there. So it's not available in the scriptures also. So we can get received from the Guru who instructed. Generally, and such kind of disciple must be like warrior. You have to have strong enough. This is not for ordinary sadhakas. You need a completely surrender Guru. There are no discussions. Guru say like do this, and you reach that state of the consciousness, then only possible. So generally, such kind of sadhakas or sadhikas, sadhika means yogini or yogis like female, or the male sadhakas, they must be 100% surrender, and they must renounce generally all kind of worldly life, all kind of mundane life. Such kind of sadhaka eligible to practice sadhana. Common sadhakas are not possible at all. And that is many I heard also, and from my guru also, and he speaks of the example, people also die and went to cremation place by doing sadhanas also. They not return out of the cremation place. Sometimes a heart attack happens, a lot of spirit around will be there. Because when cremation place is the land of spirits, Like somebody die with heart attack, somebody suicide. Many lot of souls are there. Not necessarily they're all went to the heaven or to liberate. No, they're moving here and there. So, and that also happens there. So therefore, that is one of the kriyas we call aghori kriyas. But there, one thing is very clear, and I want to clear also here. The brahmacharya, the celibacy is very, very important. It's not about celibacy, absence from sex. It's not about that. So absent from sex is not the celibacy. For example, you're becoming a monk. You think, oh, I'm a monk, I'm a Swami, or I'm a Lama. So I never touch the woman. It's not about that. Is not a celibacy for me. It's maybe for the scriptures. It's for the ascetic monastery. No, not about that. Is not real celibacy. Celibacy is all about how to physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and preserve your semen and transform and channel the pranic energy to higher channels. So that known as real celibacy. Am I clear that celibacy is not about you living single? It's not also celibacy for me. For example, sometimes you're living single. Oh, I'm living for single for 10 years. Because maybe you don't find the right partner, right man, or you don't find the right girl. If you find, then go on, go on. So you say that, oh, I'm pretty celibacy for 1.5 years. What does that mean? So I don't count this called celibacy for me. So this is not absent from sex or becoming single, life alone is not celibacy. Because you don't find the right partners, the right persons. So therefore you don't have the any kind of how say the sexual union or love. So that is there, you're waiting for it. So this is not celibacy also. Because your consciousness not towards the higher dimensions. So tantric concept, celibacy is very important. Any and all cost. Bindu is supposed to be not fell down. You understand? Bindu has to be preserved. Bindu means near the backside of the bindu. So they were the source of the nectar, the source of the orgasm, where the falling to the and you destroy the ida and pingala. There is no union take place. So in sexual union, what happening? The ida is gone right side or pingala is gone left side. One is Pakistan, one is Afghanistan. So there is no union. So if boys go Afghanistan, girls go to Pakistan, right? So it does not work. So this is like Ida and Pingala. So that is the normal sexual life. It's separation states, there no union. But as per the tantric science, as per my gurus, academic tantras, Bindus has to preserve any conditions that are known as real celibacy. Either a monk, a nun, or single, or not single, or you can have 10 women, you can have 10 men, doesn't matter. That is the real celibacy when you preserve it. If you talk about the celibacy. So that is very important to understand what is the why so importance of the prana, because prana giving you tremendous sankalpa, strong determinations, strong convictions to practice such kind of savasadhana. So I give you more important today. Going to savasadhana or the cremation place, you must be preserve absolute prana. Am I clear that? And this has to. So then you physically, mentally, psychologically, and strong. So there are no fear, there are no afraid, there are no paranoias, and no bad spirit can disturb you. And still you have blessings of the gurus. So therefore, certain gurus initiate to their disciple, and they have to know their disciple what kind of skills and what kind of consciousness. So normal gurus never initiate to ordinary sadhak, ordinary disciple to do sadhana on the cremation place. Am I clear that today? So this is very important kriyas. So any kriyas we practice also is part of tantra, and it must be initiated by the gurus. But somehow, this I try to quote what my gurus say that say Kriya Yoga is an esoteric sadhana that encompasses all forms of yoga. The guru initiates the disciple after examining the state and level of the attainment. Other esoteric sadhanas begin only when the sadhaka overcomes the four basic instinct and transcends the boundaries of the mental state. It means you have to over mastery of the four instinct, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. So at least you can over mastery of the physical body, at least annamaya kosha. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. But when nidra comes a deep sleep, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. So four things. Ahara means food, which body contains the food, ahara, nidra, conquer your sleep. Then bhaya, the afraid of death. You have to free from death also. Then, and final is the attraction of the opposite sex, or overcome or mastery of your senses. So that is the, so ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. So four things are there, and you must over mastery of that. Then Kriya Yoga starts, and then many kind of sadhanas can be done. But Sava is very important kriyas in the tantric practice for the final liberations. Sava when sitting on the dead body, so you have to conquer yourself of the death. Death cannot kill you, right? When do Sava am I clear that? Sava means dead. The sadhana on the dead body, so naturally you conquer your own death. That means death cannot kill you. Am I clear that for you? So you're becoming immortal and eternal. Of course, a lot of things to learn on the Sava sadhana. I think this much for today. Right? This I want to share a little bit before leave the platform. Once I was in a McLeodganj. It happens to me, but I was not consciously going. But I was thinking one day, but many things, many experience, but one experience I would share. So what happened that day? I didn't find. I went to actually Dharmasala. Then I didn't find a place to sleep. Then I find out the side of below McLeodganj, there is maybe around 1 kilometer. That is cremation place, and also river. Small stream goes on the right side, and they are putting nice straw. That's based like tin sets there. Generally, most of the cremation place there is no asbestos or tin sets. Generally, in our village not. So I saw there, and after that time I used to do parivrajak and moving one place to another, but already educated with my gurus in Bihar School of Yoga and other Tantra master that I have been educated there also. But Tantra, many other things, a lot of things in the brain. Then somehow, so I went to the cremation place and I find out, then I find why the light here and something. But somehow I have no choice. That night I have a lot of rain. Then I have no place to sleep. Then I try to walk side of side of the jungle. Then I see that there's some kind of like the fire, and there's some tin set. I remember today very clearly, and for me it's like now like I can see like practical for me. Then I went to there to sleeping. Then and I understood that dead body was burning there. Then I don't care anything dead body, but I think it's a nice place to sleep also for me. So I have some food, and then water streams also there, and it's very dark, but light is like that. And I have my commandolo, I have some food, and I was sitting there after that. Then I feel actually I need to sleep there. But then, of course, if you have no place, sometimes you have to do. So you have no choice. Then I feel it's a nice platform to sleep. Then I try to little rest there. After some time, what happened? Then I was trying something happening very strongly. The sound coming. I said, "What happening here?" So I was like playing myself like very innocent, like I don't know nothing. So what happening? But I heard a lot of stories about cremation place also. Somehow there is a lot of big fire, and so I see. Maybe it was my imaginations or it was a dream. I don't know. I was sitting there. I feel like in the middle of fire, like somebody like standing, like standing with all fire. And I was a little bit like not very, it creating a little bit fear very beginning. Then I was thinking, what is this? It is actually the dead body, they are standing like this with like all fire, like holding this or sitting. Then for timing, I tried to watch and meditate, nothing. Then after some time, then I thought, oh, maybe it's a dream. Then after some time, it disappears, then come, sit down. Again, heavy rain come also there. So I try to explain a little bit about the how we can feel also when you are sadhaka. When you sadhaka, you can feel different feelings when you go consciously doing sadhana. So therefore, we need a lot of blessings from the gurus, from the masters to stay in cremation places also. But of course, after that, I went to many cremation places, and there are a lot of yogis, a lot of gurus also stay. One time I was very hungry, and near Kulu, Kulu is the Himachal Pradesh. I was very hungry. Then I thought, where I can get food? I must go to. Then I know somebody say that you are hungry. I say yes. But here no ashrams, but you can go to cremation place. There are a lot of food, there babas are there, some sadhus. Then I went there evening and they are drinking too much, They're totally out of order. Somebody smoking chilam, they're drinking too much, but somehow they're food. They say, so I say, Guruji, I'm here now. So you can call the gurus there. So Guruji, I'm so hungry now. Can I eat something? Yes, food. They're completely half drunken, half unconscious completely. Even dead body come to them so they can die, but they never die. This kind of yogis, because they're half drunken, they don't care of any fear or afraid, nothing. You know that. So when you drinking, you don't have nothing to do with the all ghost because you are already the ghost. When you're drinking, it's yourself is ghost. So ghost cannot kill you that time. You can kill the ghost. So anyhow, so I got nice food in the cremation place evening. They say you can sleep here. No, no, I say I'm not sleeping here. I'm just going out temple, but not a big distance from cremation. There is Shiva temple also, maybe 100 meters. This is much difference. So so what I mean here. So sometimes cremation place not very easy places where you find all the beauty things. No, it's not at all. Even those the yogis are living also, they're totally out of order. So very difficult for you to handle if you are pure sattvic. And I was generally sattvic. I never eat that time or meat or fish or eggs, nothing. So I was a brahmachari that time. And so therefore, the Kriya Yoga and Tantra Sadhana, it is all are interrelated. It's not separating each other. That is my final points for you. Okay? For your kind informations, any Kriya you're going to practice, you must get proper guidance, proper initiation by the gurus. If not, of course, you have your own choice. You are the boss of yourself, right? You are the boss of yourself. You decide what you want to do. But as a teacher, as a master myself, just it is my formal request. You must get proper guidance from the gurus, right? So thank you for today. And I don't know if I have any questions. I can go for 5 minutes. There's someone asked me that there is some questions there. I did not read properly. Any questions there is there for you? You have been asking some questions there, no? You can unmute yourself. What you have been written? The questions you can read about that. You can read. Devi here?
It's not so important, the question.
Okay. So what are the questions there? Let
to explain one more time. The question was to explain one more time. But
okay.
You already explained elaborately.
Okay.
Swamiji, I understood. Thank you. Thank you very much.
10 minutes we have now. Final. So please.
No, so I asked about the dead body sadhana, sub sadhana. Like we can sit in anyone's dead body, or it has to be selected, or I don't know, like it's not like you go to the ground and you sit in anyone's dead body, right?
It has to be selected by the. It has to be selected. Also, it has to be instructed by the master.
Yes.
And gurus. Need a selected body. Anybody one cannot sit down. But there is the selected, but somehow I'm not going to details on that. But somehow that body, dead body, has to be ladies, not the men. The dead body has to be women.
So women can sit on women's body, right? Or only men can sit on women's body?
That we have to. That is all about the details of the sadhanas, not here now. I'm not going to explain here now. This is all about sadhanas. So once
Okay.
people dikhyas or the initiation, Guru can instruct to the disciples. This is just I'm giving normal brief out.
Swamiji, you said Kriya Yoga is a part of Tantra, right? And Kundalini is also part of Tantra, right? So Kriya Yoga first, then Kundalini, and then Tantra, as per my understanding.
Yes, because without Kriya Yoga, there is no awakening of Kundalini. And Tantra is the subject. Tantra is the subject of expand of the consciousness, realize yourself. So Tantra is the whole part, everything is Tantra. So what leads to the expanse of the consciousness and to unite with the Atman. So that is all about Tantra. And Kriya Yoga, through Kriya Yoga, one can awaken Kundalini. Once you awaken Kundalini, it helps for expansion of the consciousness. Through expansion of the consciousness, one realizes the goal of Tantra. The result of Tantra, one can be obtained, one can realize. Am I clear that?
Yes, yes,
ABG?
Swamiji. Thank you. Thank you, Swamiji.
Anyone else? Anyone else, please? Sally? Not Selena. There's Selena or Madam always remember. She is one of my chief of the yoga school. Please, Sally.
I was going to ask earlier if we could do a pranayama, but this is more an intellectual scene, is what I navigated.
Yeah, this lecture is today intellectual scene. There's too much confusion, too much doubts we have to clear. Practical aspect we can do next week. One practice pranayama class, okay, for everyone.
Thank you.
Next Saturday we can practice. And Oksana.
Thank you, Gurudev. I don't have questions. Clear for me.
So you resolve all the problems graced by the Gurudev, right? So no questions. Very good. So then, Julie, any questions anymore?
No.
So you are the drink of the enlightenment, no? You are the now like nectar, no? So you can drink the nectar, the enlightenment. So one drink, I drink nectar. I drink nectar means enlightenment. I drink the enlightenment. So enough. I don't need to think about it, not practice. Atmanan? No more.
No questions.
Okay, that's good. And Talia, please, any questions?
No, thank you. I only need to practice more to channelize my energy. I think.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Anyway, we don't have so much time now to answers. So I could have the short answers. Anyway, thanks to all of you. And please chant with me 3 times Om Mantra all together, wherever you are. And bring your attention to the eyebrow center, the Agyan Chakra. Pige Ida and Pingala and Susumna, always you can have the vision and the merge in the eyebrow center, the Agyan Chakra. Ida, Pingala, Susumna, the merge 3 nadis at the Agyan Chakra. So therefore, bring your whole attention into the Agyan Chakra for a momentum. Visualize mantra Om at the eyebrow center, Agyan Chakra. Make yourself relaxed and comfortable. There should be no tensions, any part of the body. Three times Om mantra. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutravasakritam Bandi Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha Isvara Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagini Vyavadvyapta Dehaya Dachinamurtaye Namaha Om Shanti 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 Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sasidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Shanti 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 Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So, thanks to all of you. God bless you all.